The Confessions of Saint Augustine, Book 7, Chapter 1. Deceased was now that my evil and abominable youth, and I was passing into early manhood, the more defiled by vain things as I grew in years, who could not imagine any substance, but such as is wont to be seen with these eyes. I thought not of you, O God, under the figure of a human body. Since I began to hear aught of wisdom, I always avoided this, and rejoiced to have found the same in the faith of our spiritual mother, your Catholic Church. But what else to conceive of you I knew not. And I, a man, and such a man, sought to conceive of you the sovereign, only true God, and I did in my inmost soul believe that you were incorruptible and uninjurable and unchangeable, because thou not knowing whence or how, yet I saw plainly and was sure that that which may be corrupted must be inferior to that which can't. What could not be injured I preferred unhesitatingly to what could receive injury. The unchangeable to things subject to change. My heart passionately cried out against all my phantoms, and with this one blow I sought to beat away from the eye of my mind all that unclean troop which buzzed around it. And two, being scarce put off, in the twinkling of an eye, they gathered again thick about me, flew against my face, and beclouded it, so that, though not under the form of the human body, yet was I constrained to conceive of you that incorruptible, uninjurable, and unchangeable, which I preferred before the corruptible and injurable and changeable, as being in space, whether infused into the world or diffused infinitely without it. Because whatsoever I conceived, deprived of this space, seemed to me nothing, yea, altogether nothing, not even a void, as if a body were taken out of its place, and the place should remain empty of any body at all, of earth and water, air and heaven, yet would it remain a void place, as it were a spacious nothing. I then, being thus gross-hearted, nor clear even to myself, whatsoever was not extended over certain places, nor diffused, nor condensed, nor swelled out, or did not or could not receive some of these dimensions, I thought to be altogether nothing. For other such forms as my eyes are wont to range, did my heart then range. Nor yet did I see that this same notion of the mind, whereby I formed those very images, was not of this sort, and yet it could not have formed them, had not itself been some great thing. So also did I endeavor to conceive of you, life of my life, as vast, through infinite spaces on every side, penetrating the whole mass of the universe, and beyond it, everywhere, through unmeasurable boundless spaces, so that the earth should have you, the heaven have you, all things have you, and they be bounded in you, and you bounded nowhere. For that, as the body of this air which is above the earth hinders not the light of the sun from passing through it, penetrating it, not by bursting or by cutting, but by filling it wholly, so I thought the body not of heaven, air, and sea only, but of the earth too, pervious to you, so that in all its parts, the greatest as the smallest, it should admit your presence by your secret inspiration, within and without, directing all things which you have created. So I guessed only as unable to conceive aught else, for it was false. For thus should a greater part of the earth contain a greater portion of you, and a less a lesser. And all things should in such sort be full of you, that the body of an elephant should contain more of you than that of a sparrow, by how much larger it is, and takes up more room, and thus should you make the several portion of yourself present unto the several portions of the world. In fragments, large to the large, petty to the petty, but such are you not, but not as yet had you enlightened my darkness.